Welcome to the Bible in a Year reading plan. Together we will read through the entire Bible. A portion from the Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs every day. Today's reading is in the video image. Read along, listen daily, and grow in the Word. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay on track with us daily. And you can always go back to previous videos if you miss any days. Genesis 25. 1 Abraham again took a wife, and her name was Keturah. 2 And she bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. 3 Jokshan begot Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashurim, Letushim, and Lumim. 4 And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abithah, and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. 5 And Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac. 6 But Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, and while he was still living he sent them eastward, away from Isaac his son, to the country of the east. 7 This is the sum of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 175 years. 8 Then Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. 9 And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Ephron the son of Zohar the Hittite. 10 The field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth. There Abraham was buried, and Sarah his wife. 11 And it came to pass, after the death of Abraham, that God blessed his son Isaac. And Isaac dwelt at Beer-lahai-roi. 12 Now this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's maidservant, bore to Abraham. 13 And these were the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names, according to their generations: the firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, then Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam. 14 Mishma, Dumah, Massa. 15 Adar, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah. 16 These were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names, by their towns and their settlements, 12 princes, according to their nations. 17 These were the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people. 18 They dwelt from Avila as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt as you go toward Assyria. He died in the presence of all his brethren. 19 This is the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. 20 Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah as wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. 21 Now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord granted his plea. And Rebekah his wife conceived. 22 But the children struggled together within her, and she said, If all is well, why am I like this? So she went to inquire of the Lord. 23 And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, 2 people shall be separated from your body, 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. 24 So when her days were fulfilled for her to give birth, indeed there were twins in her womb. 25 And the first came out red. He was like a hairy garment all over, so they called his name Esau. 26 Afterward his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. 27 So the boys grew. And Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a mild man, dwelling in tents. 28 And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. 29 Now Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. 30 And Esau said to Jacob, Please feed me with that same rich stew, for I am weary. Therefore his name was called Edom. 31 But Jacob said, Sell me your birthright as of this day. 32 And Esau said, Look, I am about to die, so what is this birthright to me? 33 Then Jacob said, Swear to me as of this day. So he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Jacob. 34 And Jacob gave Esau bread and stew of lentils. Then he ate and drank, arose, and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Genesis 26. 1. There was a famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech king of the Philistines, in Gerar. 2. Then the Lord appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Egypt, live in the land of which I shall tell you. 3. Dwell in this land, and I will be with you and bless you, for to you and your descendants I give all these lands. And I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham your father. 4. And I will make your descendants multiply as the stars of heaven. I will give to your descendants all these lands, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. 5. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. 6. So Isaac dwelt in Gerar. 7. And the men of the place asked about his wife. And he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, She is my wife, because he thought, lest the men of the place kill me for Rebekah, because she is beautiful to behold. 8. Now it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech king of the Philistines looked through a window, and saw, and there was Isaac, showing endearment to Rebekah his wife. 9. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, Quite obviously she is your wife, so how could you say, She is my sister? And Isaac said to him, Because I said, lest I die on account of her. 10. And Abimelech said, What is this you have done to us? One of the people might soon have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us. 11. So Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He who touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and reaped in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. 13. The man began to prosper, and continued prospering until he became very prosperous. 14. For he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great number of servants. So the Philistines envied him. 15. Now the Philistines had stopped up all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, and they had filled them with earth. 16. And Abimelech said to Isaac, Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we. 17. Then Isaac departed from there and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. 18. And Isaac dug again the wells of water which they had dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham. He called them by the names which his father had called them. 19. Also Isaac's servants dug in the valley, and found a well of running water there. 20. But the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, The water is ours. So he called the name of the well Ezek, because they quarreled with him. 21. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that one also. So he called its name Sitnah. 22. And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So he called its name Rehoboth, because he said, For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. 23. Then he went up from there to Beersheba. 24. And the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, I am the God of your father Abraham, do not fear, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants for my servant Abraham's sake. 25. So he built an altar there and called on the name of the Lord, and he pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. 26. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with Ahuzzath, one of his friends, and Phicol the commander of his army. 27. And Isaac said to them, Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you? 28. But they said, We have certainly seen that the Lord is with you. So we said, Let there now be an oath between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you. 29. That you will do us no harm, since we have not touched you, and since we have done nothing to you but good and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord. 30. So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. 31. Then they arose early in the morning and swore an oath with one another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. 32. It came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, We have found water. 33. So he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. 34. When Esau was 40 years old, he took his wife Judith the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath the daughter of Elon the Hittite. 35. And they were a grief of mind to Isaac and Rebekah. 58 Then they called Rebekah and said to her, "Will you go with this man?" And she said, "I will go." 59 So they sent away Rebekah their sister and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. 60 And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, "Our sister, may you become the mother of thousands of 10,000s, and may your descendants possess the gates of those who hate them." 61 Then Rebekah and her maids arose, and they rode on the camels and followed the man. So the servant took Rebekah and departed. 62 Now Isaac came from the way of Beer-lahai-roi, for he dwelt in the south. 63 And Isaac went out to meditate in the field in the evening, and he lifted his eyes and looked, and there, the camels were coming. 64 Then Rebekah lifted her eyes, and when she saw Isaac she dismounted from her camel. 65 For she had said to the servant, "Who is this man walking in the field to meet us?" The servant said, "It is my master." So she took a veil and covered herself. 66 And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. 67 Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and he took Rebekah and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Matthew 9:1 So he got into a boat, crossed over, and came to his own city. 2 Then behold, they brought to him a paralytic lying on a bed. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralytic, "Son, be of good cheer, your sins are forgiven you." 3 And at once some of the scribes said within themselves, "This man blasphemes." 4 But Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, "Why do you think evil in your hearts?" 5 For which is easier, to say, "Your sins are forgiven you," or to say, "Arise and walk"? 6 But that you may know that the Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins. Then he said to the paralytic, "Arise, take up your bed, and go to your house." 7 And he arose and departed to his house. 8 Now when the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified God, who had given such power to men. 9 As Jesus passed on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax office. And he said to him, "Follow me." So he arose and followed him. 10 Now it happened, as Jesus sat at the table in the house, that behold, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. 11 And when the Pharisees saw it, they said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" 12 When Jesus heard that, he said to them, "Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick." 13 But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice. For I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners, to repentance. 14 Then the disciples of John came to him, saying, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast?" 15 And Jesus said to them, "Can the friends of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom will be taken away from them, and then they will fast." 16 No one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch pulls away from the garment, and the tear is made worse. 17 Nor do they put new wine into old wineskins, or else the wineskins break, the wine is spilled, and the wineskins are ruined. But they put new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved. Psalm 10:1 Why do you stand afar off, O Lord? Why do you hide in times of trouble? 2 The wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. 3 For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. He blesses the greedy and renounces the Lord. 4 The wicked in his proud countenance does not seek God. God is in none of his thoughts. 5 His ways are always prospering. Your judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he sneers at them. 6 He has said in his heart, "I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity." 7 His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. 8 He sits in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places he murders the innocent. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. 9 He lies in wait secretly, as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor when he draws him into his net. 10 So he crouches, he lies low, that the helpless may fall by his strength. 11 He has said in his Heart, God has forgotten, he hides his face, he will never see. 12 Arise, O Lord. O God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the humble. 13 Why do the wicked renounce God? He has said in his heart, you will not require an account. 14 But you have seen, for you observe trouble and grief, to repay it by your hand. The helpless commits himself to you, you are the helper of the fatherless. 15 Break the arm of the wicked and the evil man, seek out his wickedness until you find none. 16 The Lord is king forever and ever, the nations have perished out of his land. 17 Lord, you have heard the desire of the humble, you will prepare their heart, you will cause your ear to hear. 18 To do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may oppress no more. Proverbs 10. 1 The Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is the grief of his mother. 2 Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. 3 The Lord will not allow the righteous soul to famish, but he casts away the desire of the wicked. 4 He who has a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. 5 He who gathers in summer is a wise son, he who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. 6 Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. 7 The memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wicked will rot. 8 The wise in heart will receive commands, but a prating fool will fall. 9 He who walks with integrity walks securely, but he who perverts his ways will become known. 10 He who winks with the eye causes trouble, but a prating fool will fall. 11 The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. 12 Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. 13 Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who is devoid of understanding. 14 Wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. 15 The rich man's wealth is his strong city, the destruction of the poor is their poverty. 16 The labor of the righteous leads to life, the wages of the wicked to sin. 17 He who keeps instruction is in the way of life, but he who refuses correction goes astray. 18 Whoever hides hatred has lying lips, and whoever spreads slander is a fool. 19 In the multitude of words sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise. 20 The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, the heart of the wicked is worth little. 21 The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of wisdom. 22 The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. 23 To do evil is like sport to a fool, but a man of understanding has wisdom. 24 The fear of the wicked will come upon him, and the desire of the righteous will be granted. 25 When the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous has an everlasting foundation. 26 As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy man to those who send him. 27 The fear of the Lord prolongs days, but the years of the wicked will be shortened. 28 The hope of the righteous will be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. 29 The way of the Lord is strength for the upright, but destruction will come to the workers of iniquity. 30 The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not inhabit the earth. 31 The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but the perverse tongue will be cut out. 32 The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked what is perverse. Thanks for reading with me today. Come back tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Bible. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next day.